Were you aware that Arkansas is actually on the pathway to become a no income state tax state? Yes. We're breaking down all the different things. We're talking about possibilities. We're talking about my opinion and what I think, and also how are they actually going to get there. So let's talk about that. Hey everybody, if you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. I was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the destitute state of Illinois. Moved here from Chicagoland over 3 years ago. And I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. I could have moved to all the places you're looking at probably right now, but I chose Northwest Arkansas for so many different reasons. So let me know if you're coming to the area. We can grab coffee, we can grab lunch, talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, and why it's the best place to live in America by far. And if you haven't been to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is. Literally, it's a starter pack full of all the cool things Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's in Fayetteville? What are the schools like? What are the hospitals like? All the cool things you need to know about Northwest Arkansas. Boop, 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 boop. Package, ship right to your home, right to your home. Enter your name below, enter your address below. Where am I shipping this package to? Let me know with all the information below. I'll make sure you get the package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. And I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite four-letter F word. Free! So enter your information below and make sure they get the package shipped to you right away. Alright, so yes, Arkansas is actually talking about removing the state income tax in Arkansas in general. So this is how this video is going to be broken up. The first part is kind of breaking down like what it looks like and what it means and maybe some information. The next three parts are going to be kind of what this organization is kind of outlining about what it's going to take to actually get to a no income state tax. And then the last part is going to be my juicy fun opinion, to say the least. Haha. All right, let's do a little bit of recap before we jump into the main points. There's an organization called Opportunity Arkansas that's really kind of gearing up to help facilitate the organization and structure and knowledge and reporting to showcase why Arkansas can be a no income state, no state income tax state. So, side note, the new governor announced when she was running that she had every agenda and intention of making Arkansas a no state income tax state. Wow, that's a mouthful. No state income tax. Anyways, so that's been on the agenda for quite some time now since she's been in office, of course. And there's been a lot of organizations that have popped up with the affiliation to help that, facilitate that. There's a 28-page document that I combed through because that's what I do. And so I'm kind of going to give you the digest information of what I got from there. There's a couple points I'm not even going to touch. I'm going to kind of bring together. More than welcome to print it off, open it up on the phone, sit at the toilet, read it if you so desire. Go to town, but I'm going to kind of digest and kind of give you, I shouldn't say digest and toast at the same time. I'm going to digest the information and show you kind of what they're talking about and some of the core features and kind of ideas to make sure that Arkansas does lean towards that and try to get to the state to that here in very actually quite quickly actually. And the first point, we're going to talk about how Arkansas is going to get down to a no state income tax state. And this is actually very fascinating because the first thing they mentioned is actually called create tax cut triggers. Create tax cut triggers. Wow. Anyways, basically, let me kind of give you a rundown of what's happened the last couple of years in Arkansas. The last couple of years, Arkansas has had a huge surplus of money in the north of $1 billion surplus of every single year. And so what the past governor and current governor have actually done is actually say we're going to take $200, $300, $500 million and actually allocate it towards cutting the actual state income rate all the way from even I think it was at 6 or 7% back years ago, and now it's down to 4. So they've done a good job of actually making the state income tax get cut over the course of the last 6 to 8 years or so. So, long story short, what this document is actually saying is that we should have something on file and legalized to say when this much surplus comes in, we cut the state income tape by this amount of money. Now, that's already been done in the last couple of years, of course. It's been done naturally. Now, whether it's happenstance, or not happenstance, but more like we have $300 extra million, let's just cut the state income. I don't know how it all works, don't know, don't care. But long story short, one of the first things that they're proposing is actually saying when we have this much surplus, we should actually do the thing of actually cutting state income state tax. So that's what they're proposing, is that this year we're estimated to have a $1.2 billion surplus in Arkansas when it comes to money. And they're saying when we hit that $300 million or $500 million or $1 billion. We should cut state income by this amount of money. So that's the first part. I'm a big idea of this fan. I get it because it just sets in stone what it's going to be for future stuff. And the second reason what they're giving that how Arkansas can become a no state income state tax state is, and this has already been done in past administrations and current administrations, is basically just cut government spending. Now what this document actually references is multifaceted. It says both current and also future spending. So like things, you can read the document, it's really big into like Medicaid and then also into a lot of farming grants and weird boards that have weird you know how government money goes everywhere, no one knows where it goes. Funny how that works. But long story short, this document actually talks about if we cut current spending. Side note, the past administration in Arkansas, something that is kind of unique to it, was any time that a position was retired in the state of Arkansas, state position-wise, close to Little Rock, they never rehired for that position. They reevaluated. They said this position is not needed or needed. The past governor had 65 or 75 less jobs to him than when they entered. So it means that obviously there's a huge amount of cut there and unneeded, and the state ran better. So if that doesn't say something about government, anyways. But yeah, so those are all on the docket, and this current administration is actually the first thing that she did when she entered office was a hiring freeze. So no more hiring until all approved. So they are definitely in the realm, both past and current administration are both in the realm of like, we hire nobody unless you absolutely needed. Like one of the few hires they actually did make last administration, or was it this one? It might have been this one, was a director of outdoor recreation for Arkansas. Very rare position in America because many states don't have as much outdoor recreation as Arkansas does. Colorado, Utah, Ohio for some reason, and Pennsylvania, but who cares? Anyways, so not many states have the position. So one of the few actual positions they hired was outdoor recreation, but we've actually had a $1 billion surplus of outdoor recreation money come into the state. So that says something. Anyways, big number two is that they're actually going to pause and actually reevaluate all future spending and also current spending obviously. And before we jump on to the next point, I have something brand new called Instant Home Updates. So maybe you're looking to move to the area and you're using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Notifications, way too slow, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is. It's literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your name below, enter your information below, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms. Where do you want to move to Northwest Arkansas? Let me know with all the information below. I'll make sure to miss a single notification when it comes for homes for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, side note, every single Friday I send an email out just kind of talking about all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. When is the Christmas lighting ceremony? When is the Christmas parades? What are all the cool things happening in downtown Rogers? What are all the cool things happening in Pinnacle? What new businesses are moving here? What new things are happening in the Walmart? So much all the time. So much all the time. Enter your name below, enter your email below. I'll get that email to you every single Friday, kind of talking about all the cool things happening here. But just, sadly, you will get a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And the third reason this document mentioned about how Arkansas is going to become a no state income state tax state. And they say that they're going to increase sales tax. Now, if you live around NWA, you're like, ¿Por qué? What? I don't know. What? So coming from Chicagoland area, the actual sales income, the sales tax was around like 9 to 10 to 11%, depending where you lived. Here it's around 9, and then they tax on a 1% for both firefighters, policemen, and a bunch of other stuff. And we just voted that in Washington County like last year. So that was like a 20-year 1% thing, and then we got another 20 years, and everyone like it was like anonymous, like not anonymous, but like unanimous. Like 80-90% of people said yes, we want that extra 1% tax. Anyways, I assume when they mean they're going to raise state income state tax, we have a special sales tax in both Benton and Washington County. I hope they mean the other counties because by golly gee whiz, I don't want to see a 10%. I highly doubt it because NWA is such a financial driver for the area that they probably want to play with kind of kid gloves, honestly. But the other parts of Arkansas, they might raise a little bit and then offset some of the lack of state income state, because obviously it's going to, like the no state income state tax is going to affect definitely people with lower incomes. And so if they want to kind of balance that out, there, at least in my opinion, I'm not the biggest fan of this, but they're trying to balance out with sales tax. So that's one plan they plan to do. So really going to balance between, again, obviously creating tax triggers. They're going to be cutting future spending, as well as balancing and increasing the sales tax increase across other parts of Arkansas, hope to God. And the fourth and final thing when it comes to Arkansas being a no income state tax state, now we're gonna jump over to Phillip's opinion. So in the document itself, they reference a lot to Tennessee and Texas as being huge beneficiaries of the actual no state income state. So Texas obviously has their own thing. Tennessee has no state income state tax. Florida, we're aware of that one. There's a couple of them on the West Coast as well. Not California, we know where that one. But my usual opinion on this is like, it would make, for me, it'd be great because obviously I'm real estate. It would be great for marketing to say, we live in a no state income state tax state, because it just draws a lot of people here, tax shelter, the whole thing. But what I deal with on a daily basis is people moving from Texas and people moving from Florida and people moving from those areas, a lot of times, plus California, Utah, Colorado, Nevada, Las Vegas, etc., and Phoenix as well. Anyways, a lot of people from Florida will end up telling me, hey, even though I have a lot of people moving from Florida to Northwest Arkansas because of the fact that, yes, there is no state income state tax, but the insurance and also property taxes are very high. In Texas, they have their own issues going on with electricity and grids of that nature, plus the actual property taxes in Texas are incredibly high. So I say all that to say it would be great for marketing, cool to be one of the few states in America to have that, and I'm guessing, you know, my opinion makes no difference in the scope of politics, do not care, but from a like even keel standpoint, it's nice to have a state income state tax because it kind of balances everything out. Our property taxes are usually pretty low. Our insurance is usually pretty low. Our sales tax is usually balanced. I'm not going to call it low, but it kind of as another way for the politics and government to pull money from somewhere to have all the amenities that we do have. So I appreciate that. So yay. But I don't want my property taxes to go to double because I'm not paying my actual like income tax. So long story short, usually I'm not a big fan of it, but I don't mind having a lower one. Definitely back in the day in Arkansas when it was like 6% or 7% or 8%, that's a little crazy in my opinion. Long story short, not the biggest fan, but will it go that way? Most likely. Will Arkansas become another safe haven for state income state tax? Most likely. Will happen in probably 3 years? Probably. If Arkansas keeps going in the direction of $1 billion surplus every single year, there's a good chance that by the year of 2026 or 2028, we're in 2023, no, 2026 or 27, I bet we'll be starting the very close process of becoming a 0% state income tax. That's just my guess. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you are thinking about coming down to Northwest Arkansas, download my 3-day itineraries link below. Maybe you're a adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is, haha. Whatever it is, there's a 3-day itinerary link down below for you. So go ahead and download it and use it to get down here. Also, when you do come down here, I can give you the $10 tour so I can kind of show you around the whole area. Plus, we can check out some homes for sale or for rent and see how far your dollar would go in Northwest Arkansas compared to where you're coming from. All right, guys, that's the next one.